All right, financial algebra. This lesson covers life insurance. Now, life insurance is something that's super affordable and super convenient, so that when your loved ones die, you can actually afford to bury them and have a funeral, and money is left for the family that survives them. So look into this. It's great to have, and it's, like I said, very, very cheap to afford. So there are lots of terms and there's lots of types of life insurance that are described on pages 634 and 635. So let's go ahead and jump in. Number one, Mr. Curris is 50 years old. In 4 years, his house will be paid off and his daughter will be finished with college. He wants to take out a 5-year level term with a face value of $750,000. So that's what his money would receive if he died. Within those 5 years. And the monthly premium is $61. Now, the one thing about life insurance is in this case, in a level term, it expires after the term is up. Meaning, if you die before the term is up, your family gets the money. If you die after the 5 years, they don't. So you want to be covered for the period of time in which you think you could pass. So what will his total cost for this policy be? It's 5 years times 12 months. So he's going to make 60 payments, and 60 times the cost of his payments, his total cost, or what he will pay, is $3,660. Now think of it this way. He's paying $61 per month. This is the total amount he'll spend, but his family's going to receive $750,000. So like I said, it's affordable considering how much your family could get. If he dies after paying for the policy for 16 months, how much will the insurance company pay his beneficiaries? If he only pays for 16 months, even though he's supposed to pay 60, his family will receive the entire amount because he died within the 5 years. So he died before the term expires, so he gets the entire face value. If he does not die during the 5 years, how much does the insurance company make on this policy? Well, his family gets $0 if he dies after the 5 years. So the insurance company profits the $3,660 that he paid in payments. Sorry, I was making a note in my paper. If he dies after paying for the policy for 13 months, how much will the insurance company lose? So 13 months of $61 means that the insurance company will have only received $793. So $793 minus the $750,000 they'd pay to his family, the insurance company will lose $749,207. Now that's pretty risky, but I bet because of his age, it's not very risky because he's only 50 years old, and most men lived way past 50. So we're going to complete this entire table, and it is going to be a little bit of work. So first, let's go over one thing first. Our total mortality rate must add up to equal 1. So if you look at the mortality rate, these are very small numbers. So part A will be 1 minus 0.0016 minus 0.0019 minus 0.0022 minus 0.0027 minus 0.0032, and I get 0.9884. And so that's what goes here, 0.9884. In Part B, what is their profit? So if in the profit for Part B, 46, it's only been 1 year. So they've only paid one payment. So it would be 516 times 1 minus the payout. So this is what they're paying per year, but this is the amount that the family would receive if he died. So if he died that first year, the company's only received one payment at 516 minus the amount they paid out, and that would be a loss of negative $99,484. Next, 47, age, that means they have paid 2 payments minus the $100,000. And the insurance company would have lost negative $98,968. If he dies after 3 years, so that's 516 times 3 minus 100,000, and they will have lost 98,452. 4 years of payments, so 516 times 4 minus 100,000 would be a loss of negative $97,936. 5 years would be a loss of negative $97,420. Now, in this month, it's 5 years times 5, but if he dies after, it's only a 5-year term. So if he dies after, the insurance company doesn't have to pay the $100,000, which is what we learned in the first problem. If he dies after the insurance term is over, they don't get anything. So they would profit the policy times 5 years, so they would profit a positive $25,800. So this part H is really important. What is the expected profit? Well, we're going to calculate this. This is the probability that he would die. So this times negative 99. So that is what we're going to do in part H. So it would be the percentage times the negative 99,484 plus the probability of the next one, 0.0019, times the loss. And I should zoom out so you can see me pointing. Plus this probability, 0.022, times the loss. Plus this probability, 0.0027, times our loss. Plus this probability, 0.0032, times the loss. Plus the probability he'll die after the term is over is almost 100%, right? 0.9884 times that profit. And if you multiply all of this out, the insurance company is going to profit, on average, $1,400.09 for this policy. The reason they're going to profit is that a 46-year-old who only takes out a 5-year term is probably going to survive those 5 years. So I would keep that in consideration. Now, if this was a 25 or 20-year policy, then okay, but 5 years, you're probably going to survive 5 years. So this is how insurance companies make money. So in part I, if the company sold 5,000 of these policies, and they can expect on average to profit $1,410, then the insurance company could make $7,050,464 because they don't have to pay the family if they die after the policy expires. So moving on to some much quicker ones. That was a long one because you have to calculate each thing, but I believe in your homework you'll have one just like that. So here's a universal life insurance. Now in universal life, sorry, the premium can be paid using the cash value. So this is asking if you have a cash value of $11,500 and this is my premium, how long could I make payments out of my cash value? So $11,560 divided by 102 per month gives me 113.35. Now they want me to round to the nearest month, so that would give me that I would be able to make 113 monthly payments using my cash value. Number 4, if an insurance company sells a $500,000 term, 5-year term to a female, the monthly policy is $7. If they die 20 months, so 20 times M minus the amount they had to pay the family would be their profit. So 20M, you don't need the parentheses, minus 500,000 would be how you would calculate that profit, which is what we did in problem number 2. All right, so this is a policy increase, and to calculate percent increase, so a percent increase equals the difference or change, so you have to calculate that, divided by the original amount. So our percent increase is the difference in our policy, so 149 minus 115, and you have to calculate that first, divided by the original amount, which was 115. So using our calculator, I get 34, that was the amount the policy increased, divided by my original, I got 0.296. It says to round to the nearest percent, so it is a 30% increase. Moving on, and my pen is almost out. All right, so this gives us our mortality rate. So your age, the probability that you would die, and your life expectancy, how many more years. So a 56-year-old has a very small chance of dying and is expected to live 23 more years. So 56 plus 23 and a half years would be 79 and a half, almost 80. Okay, so that's how you would read this chart. So this first, what is the life expectancy for a 69-year-old female? Okay, so 69 life expectancy is 16.45. So 69 plus 16.45, and they said to round to the nearest year. So I get 85.45. The 4 does not mean I round up. So she's expected to live till she's 85 years old. So if you are 69, you're expected to live another 16 years, so till you're 85. Until what age is a 65-year-old male? So 65-year-old male is expected to live 16.67. So 65 plus 16.67, I got 81.67. The 6 rounds it up, so 82 years old. Next, if the company insures 10,000 males who are 58, how many are expected to die? So a 58-year-old, sorry, this was for this problem. A 58-year-old male would be here, and there's the probability. So 10,000 times the probability of 0.009912, and I get 99.12 or 99 males. So don't calculate the 59th, you're calculating based on the age they are now. Next, let's see if I have another pen. Based on the table, what is the probability a 68-year-old male will live to his 69th birthday? Well, for a 68-year-old, the probability he will die is 0.023162. That's the probability of dying So the probability of living would be minus 1 minus 0.23162, which is 0.976838, or 98%. So he has a great probability of dying. Number 7, the mortality rate for a certain female is 0.0059. They insure 10,000 people. So 10,000 times the probability, that will tell us how many are going to die, and 59. So that's how many policies they would have to pay out. So they're estimating only 59 of our 10,000 are going to die before their next birthday. All right, we only have 3 more. So using the definition of a greatest integer. So greatest, I know it says greatest integer, but you're actually going to round down to nearest integer. So we're actually going to round down. So 109.999999, you're still going to round down to the nearest, which would be 109. Negative 50.95. Now I'm rounding, don't round to 50, you're rounding down. And so when it comes to negative numbers, this is a negative number. Rounding down would be negative 51. Okay, because you're rounding to a smaller number. And the smaller number is negative 51, the further away from 0. The square root of 39 is, I'm going out of order, is 6.2449. So I would round down to 6. Over here, remember I'm rounding down, so the nearest number would be 87. Here, the lowest number would be 34. Negative square root of 35 is negative 5.9, and I'm rounding down, so negative 6. So those are, you will have one like that, so please use this example. Next one. What is the probability of the probability of winning is 0.15. So the probability of losing would be 1 minus 0.185, which is 0.85. What profit does the company make if a person wins the game? Okay, well, if they win, they charged $3 and the win is 10. So 3 is how much they paid minus the $10. They would lose $7. What's the profit if a person loses the amount the person paid? So set up a table. So profit, probability, so their profit, they're going to lose $7 or they're going to gain $3. Now the probability of you winning is 0.15. The probability you lose is 0.85. So what's the expected profit? Now remember, you take the amount, 0.15, and times it by negative 7, plus 0.85 times 3. And so the expected profit is $1.50. If 800 people play the game, and I'm making $1.50 per person, they're going to make $1,200 in that raffle. All right, last one. Mr. Henderson takes out a life insurance, term life. The first year premium is $350, but premiums increase 7% each year. So $350 plus 0.07 times $350 means that in the second year, my premium will be $374.50. What will be the premiums in the third year? So now we have to take last year's premium plus 7% times last year. And now my new premium is $400.72. What will the premiums be in the nth year? Well, it would be it would be the first year times 1.07 to the n minus 1, and this is a geometric. And I don't think they're going to ask you one of that difficulty level, but if you do, you have one.